everybody, welcome back. Happy holidays. I hope you survived Thanksgiving. I hope you're doing great, and I hope you're having a great weekend. But come on back here real quick because I got it super easy. This is so easy, and it's going to be quick because I thought, I don't want to overload on food or anything, but if you have to take something to a party, this is going to work. Or if you're entertaining, you can do this. So before I go on, let me introduce my cool drink. I know, I bought this seasonal. I showed it last year. Super good. It's the Shirley Temple 7-Up. They only put this out at Christmas, and I'm drinking it today. Oops, got a little itch there. And let me tell you something. I love this drink. Bunny found it the other day for the first time, and she loves it. Now, if you go plain and add your cherries, it's just a Shirley Temple. But if you add a little vodka, like I did, cheers, it's going to be called the Dirty Shirley. And it's all over the internet. I mean, it's all over YouTube and TikTok. They got cool ideas, guys. Some people add something, they'll add rum, whatever. So you need to check out those recipes. Big sip, and I've got the simple Libby's glass. This collection came out 1981, and they came in a set of 6. I have a lisp. And I happened to find one just a few months ago. So I'm showing it off for the first time. It's very classic, just a wreath. I don't know if you can see that. Love it. I wish I'd have had more, but I only bought one. Let me stir that up. I have some cherries that fell down there to the bottom. Put them on a toothpick. They drowned down there. So anyway, love that. Try this out, guys. See if you like it. Love that. So anyway, come on back here real quick and let me show you how easy this is. The hardest thing about this recipe is finding this at your store. It's going to be in the novelty section in the frozen area. I know. I walked around the store. I finally had to go get help. I said, where is the Goya? Little empanadas, little, pieces of dough. And they're like, oh, they're in the novelty. And I'm like, what? So I went ahead, I bought two packs, and you're only going to need one. I mean, well, if you're entertaining, you might need more. But I bought 2 packs, and it's super easy. And they come individually, not really wrapped, but like sectioned. And I love this. So I am going to be using my hands today. I know, Paul's going to be cringing. Oh, use your hands. That's right, I did. So I washed my hands about 1,000,000 times today already. So I hope you're doing great, guys. Come over here. Let me show you how easy this is. The little fillings that I'm going to use 2. I'm going to use the taco meat, and mine is turkey taco meat, and I add a little bit of corn for a Southwestern deal. You don't have to. You can even just use plain cheese, or you can use the pumpkin. You want to make a dessert one, I like the pumpkin little puree deal, and you can add cinnamon and sugar and, season this up the way you want to. You don't have to. You could leave it plain, and, pumpkin is everywhere right now, and I love this. I love everything about pumpkin. So let's try this out, and you're going to need egg wash. That's the only thing. So let's try this out. Let me see how this goes. Okay, I stretch this out a little bit. If you want to get the rolling pin out to make them really big, you can, but I didn't want to. And I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. And you're going to need a fork, guys, just to go around. Just to, let's see, I'll use a smaller fork, just to seal it. So let's try this out. Can you hear my tunes? I got 70s. Okay, so you add as much as you want. As long as it closes. As long as you can seal up this little baby right here. And that's where your fork's going to come in. I don't know if you can see that. You're going to take your fork and you're just going to go around. And when I discovered this, I thought, I'm doing this. I thought, I remember the old-fashioned days. My mom rolling out everything, making the pumpkin. Marcel, I loved your Little Fish in the Kitchen. She actually did the pumpkin, did everything herself, scraped the pumpkin, and my mom used to do that. And I told her, I said, my mom would have been so proud of you. I, on the other hand, I have no time. I always take a shortcut when it comes to cooking. I don't want to be stuck in the kitchen. I like quick snacks. So I went ahead and I bought my little pumpkin mix or whatever, puree. So anyhow, you can do that one, guys. Add cheese, add meat, and look how many you get. You get 10 of the puff pastries. Let me see. Yep, you get 10, and they're all different sizes. And you are going to have to look, guys. It will say baking. There is some for fried. I try to stay away from fried food. That's just me. I mean, you know, sure, a piece of fried chicken or whatever is fine. But no, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I got to kind of watch it. So it's the holidays, and I love baked items, you know. So this is the deal. My little baking stuff, I'll eat that up in about a minute. Any kind of baking goods. So just add as much as you want. And let me add some cheese to this one. Let's add a little bit of cheese to this one. And, oops, okay, well, it doesn't matter because we're getting rid of this board as soon as we're done. And just go around, and I'll do the little egg wash at the very end. Okay, so we did 2 meat. Should we do another one? Nah, let's do a plain cheese one. Let's see, let's do just a cheese one. And see what I'm talking about here? They're little pieces of cellophane in between each little empanada. And they will come frozen. So before you get started, just defrost them for a little bit. I defrosted mine overnight. I took them out last night, and I thought, well, I'm busy this morning. You know, I'm ready to go. Okay, let's just do cheese. I think I'm going to like that one. Let's just do a cheese one. And I call them little turnovers. Don't they look like little turnovers? And I grew up eating dessert empanadas. I think that's I'm Mexican, but I think more South American kind of cultures, I notice all the restaurants around here in Houston, they seem to go meat, the meat empanada. So the meat empanada thing to me is new. You know, we just didn't grow up with meat empanadas. We always had dessert ones, you know, the apple, you'd go to the Mexican bakeries and you would get the pumpkin. So that's what I grew up with. But trust me, I love them. They're really good. They're really good. I can't even imagine if you did like something like with a vegetable or maybe some shrimp. That would be incredible. Okay, let's try a little pumpkin one right here. Now the thing about the pumpkin one, they came out kind of flat. I noticed that. It doesn't puff up a lot, but it works. It works. And if you want, like I tell you, add your cinnamon, add your sugar, whatever you want, whatever you want. We get a napkin. I had Christmas napkins out here. There it is, trying to bring out all the Christmas stuff. Okay, let's see, stretch that out one just a little bit. Oh, I forgot to stretch out that little bit of dough. Look, see, that's what's gonna happen, guys, with the soft stuff. It is gonna start to kind of seep out, so maybe I overloaded that. So, but it doesn't matter. It's mine. I was just trying to show y'all and make it look kind of nice. Okay, so after you're done, this is where your egg wash comes in. Okay, here's your egg wash. Add just a little bit to the top, nothing major, just a little bit so that it has a kind of a browning. You know, it'll brown really nice in the oven. And I would set this at 370 and keep an eye on it for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes, just basically like a biscuit. You know, whatever you put a biscuit temperature on, same thing, same thing. Okay, so there you go. I've got 4 ready to go in. And I'm gonna set it and get going on that one. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, let me move that over here. Do the magic of TV. That's right. Already got some made. Can't wait, can't wait. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look how beautiful. Look how fantastic. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, I like this. I like this. So we're gonna cut this open. Let's see. Okay, which one was it? Okay, these were my sweet ones, and this was the taco meat. So let me cut one open. Let's see how this goes. And they should have cooled down by now. I probably got those out of the oven about probably 15 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago. That's why I put a napkin down there. It was just so hot. Ooh, look how good they look, guys. And I added some cheese. It's flaky. It's good. Let me tell you something. It's perfect. It's just perfect. And it's going to work. If you're entertaining, I advise you to do this. Or if you're taking something to a party, this will work. This would be really nice. People would love to see a tray of these. I'm telling you, they would. And guess what? You can add your salsa. You can add your ranch dip, whatever you want. Or queso. Queso would be good. I think I can cut that with that. Oh, one more big bite. Bravo. Bravo. Whoever came up with this. These little Goya shells. Perfect. Super easy. You don't have to spend time in the kitchen. Not going to have to do that. Try this out, guys. Don't go away. Like I always tell you, crafts. Okay, let me drink something. Okay, my big craft today is something super easy. Dollar store, go on a nature walk, get all these little good things to put around a candle holder. That's how easy this is. Let's start off with the dollar store stuff. I think you're gonna like this, but I didn't even glue this yet. I'm still working on this. This is still my little project. Okay, let's get all this over here. And then we got this one, and then we got my nature one. Super easy, guys. You're gonna go in there. This is the hot plate. You're gonna get a candle holder. You may have a candle holder. Don't buy anything unless you have to. And I probably needed a bigger base, but it's okay. It'll work. You're going to take one of these, another little candle holder right here. I think this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one was a little bit more because I wanted this one. I wanted this one because of these little glass deer, and they're almost impossible to find. I had to go 2 towns over. I happened to be having lunch, and I found them. I was so excited. Even my mother-in-law, she's like, I love those deer. She went looking for them. She couldn't find them. All you're going to do, guys, I am going to glue this. I'm going to put everything in place, but I wanted to show you how fantastic this is. You're going to take your little deer. You're going to take 4. And I went ahead and used this little white barn, just my old candle lid, just so I could make it look a little different. And look at that. Whoops, let's see. This is why it's an epic fail. This is why you needed to glue it on. I thought, should I glue it? And I thought, no, I'm showing them. I'm showing them what I'm doing here. Okay, you get the picture, don't you? Okay, so let's act like this worked. That was hilarious. Okay, and this is how fantastic this would be. Okay, look how fine that would be. Okay, that goes on top of there. And my candle would go on here. This would all be glued. Yes, I'm going to use the, what is it called? E6000, which is like really solid. Buy the clear glue if you're using clear, stuff like this. Use the white glue if you're using the white products. Love this. I love this. When I saw this on TikTok, I was like, I'm making this. So this is one idea. And that was so hilarious. They just all fell over. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, my next project, get a wine glass. Showed this probably a few years ago where I show you can paint any wine glass. You can get a dollar store wine glass. You put rubbing alcohol all the way around it, and then you start painting it. You just get a Q-tip. You add any paint you want if you're having a girls' party, whatever, and they last as long as you wash them by hand. If you put them in the dishwasher, the red paint's gonna fall off. So don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna be like, I ended up with another clear glass. But you're gonna take your wine glass. You're gonna go upside down. You're gonna add anything you want to the top. Oops, actually, here's my little mirror. And I'm gonna put my Santa, and I'm gonna add a couple little sprigs right here of little pine. And let's see, can I do that? Yeah. Okay, there it goes. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my candle to the top. Let's see, I got this old candle, but I think because this is kind of, this would be good with those candles that are fake with the battery. But I love the way this looks. I may do this on a centerpiece. I may do this, just on my mantle or something. I love this. Super easy. You don't have to use this, but I wanted to. And the last idea is going to be your nature walk stuff. I go walking at night because still waiting for it to get super cold. And, oops. Okay. Super. That was crazy. Okay, you're gonna get this. Totally fell over. They're like, what's she doing? Okay, so you're gonna I got the magnolia leaves. They're everywhere. People's magnolia, the magnolia trees, and the lawn people just kind of toss them to the side. Or they run over them. And I grabbed this. Oops, my little shell came off. Okay, so what I did was I grabbed just a planter. I had a little pot right here. And I grabbed my magnolia leaves, and another neighbor has tons of pine cones. Grabbed that, took a big piece of elastic, rubber band, whatever, and added this little bow, and just put this on a clear dollar store plate. But I love the way this looks, and it's not going to cost you anything. You can make something really spectacular. Go out, check it out. Check around your neighborhood, you know, or rocks would be pretty, seashells, whatever. I just wanted to show you this silly little idea because we're all entertaining. We all have people coming over and we all have a coffee table. So anyhow, think about it, try it out. I'll see you on the next one. Hope your teams win. I know it's crazy. I know everything's going on, Longhorns, everything. So big cheers, guys, and get busy. Bye.